that?
I ain't gonna be
Hello.
on live.
What's that? I say hello. Twitch Hey, Turk, it's your birthday.
Welcome back, Reading and Z Week 9 recap.
Welcome back. Victory Monday. We normally have that song for you. Victory is mine. Victory is mine.
This guy
Victory
crazy.
is man.
Ain't there
Oh
yet, chat.
my.
Ain't there yet.
Aye. We a little rusty.
We
But
not
yeah,
there yet.
we're a little rusty. But yeah, welcome back, man. Yeah, Victory Monday, man. I'm feeling great. How you feeling, bro?
I'm good, bro, man. I'm just blessed, man. You know,
Yeah,
blessed.
I got one question for you.
What's up?
Is Sam Howell a franchise quarterback?
Let's get into it. We could talk straight away because you heard it here first. Reedy is stamping it. Sam Howell is you see, yesterday I posted it in our story. That's my quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He's the franchise quarterback. He's proved enough. He still needs to grow over the remaining 8 games or so, but I think he's done enough to solidify himself as our starter moving forward for at least the next 3 years.
And let them people know. I know you got your support and argument. So let them know why you think he's a franchise quarterback.
If you go to NFL.com right now, he's number 2 in the NFL behind Tua Tagovailoa with 2,471 yards on 353 attempts. He has 235 completions, which is better than all of these so-called elite quarterbacks that everybody wants to say is elite. A la Patrick Mahomes, a la Josh Allen, a la Jalen Hurts, a la Tua. Completion percentage, 66.6, almost 70%. Damn good. 14 touchdowns versus 9 interceptions. You look at Tua, he got 19 touchdowns on 7 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes got 17 touchdowns on 8 interceptions. Josh Allen, 18 and 9 interceptions. Same amount of interceptions as Sam. The numbers are the same. Now, we can sit here and we can argue all day, okay, they got more wins and losses than we do, but they also have a better team than we do. Our defense was absolutely abysmal for most of the season. Our offensive line was absolutely hideous. So with that said, we get an offensive line, we get better play on the defense. We have a quarterback that can get it done. He can get it done.
Yeah,
so
make any throw
on the field he can't make.
Mm-hmm.
He can make the out. He can make a hitch. He can make a slant. He can make a fly. He can make every throw. He's on time. Was Taylor Heineke ever on time? Absolutely not. That's what we complained for 2 years about him not being on time. Or he couldn't get the deep ball there. He couldn't put it out there. Can Sam Howell make those throws? Absolutely. So you can nitpick and you can say this, oh, he held the ball. He's taking too many sacks. Okay, but let's go back and think about it. Think about Tua. Think about Patrick Mahomes. Think about Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes won. He sat for a few years before he came in. He sat for, 16 games? He played the last game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Then he came in. He's only played 10 games in his career. But if you look at what he's done in them 10 years, it's great. It's pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
Breaking, Washington records as far as quarterback play when it comes to that. So am I ready to say he's our franchise quarterback? I am, absolutely. He's the best thing we had since all of them. Now we can go back to Robert Griffin III in the 2012-13 season. Okay, yeah, he was great, but was he putting up these type of numbers passing? It was more so the running, wasn't the passing. And Robert could throw the ball, but I think Sam, he could throw the ball. And he got a little bit of wiggle. That's all we need. We don't need no Lamar Jackson or nobody like that. We just need a passer that can get the ball to the playmakers. That's all we need.
Yeah.
The proof is in the pudding. People gonna say, oh, it's padded stats. It was in this time. We suck for most of this year. So what was he supposed to do? What was he supposed to do? He held the ball. Okay. Who don't hold the ball? If you have an offensive line, if nobody's open, even in the 2 sacks that he took yesterday, there was nobody open. Where was he going to go with the ball? They were there. He trying to step up in the pocket. It collapses on him. It happens. It's football. You're going to get sacked. You're going to make interceptions. You're going to do those things. But what I've seen out this kid is nothing but good. Even I take the good over the bad any day. But that's me.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm with you, bro. I think that, like I said, I told you last year when I went to training camp, Sam had the best practice out of Wentz, out of Heineke, and I think it may have been another quarterback in it. But Sam was moving the ball, moving the offense, and it just was like electric. Fast forward to the end of the season, I was very excited and saying, I wanted to definitely give Sam a chance, and I definitely feel like I wish Ron would have, made the move sooner last year, and we wouldn't even be at this point. We'll be much further along. And then this year, absolutely, I feel like, he's had some rough moments. Definitely, like we said, the mishaps with the offensive line, taking them sacks, holding the ball a little bit. But I feel like week to week, he's definitely progressing. He's growing. He's learning from his mistakes. Yesterday, that interception was like
bad.
Like super bad. I'm not sure what he thought he was doing or could possibly do. In that moment, you got to throw the ball away, or at least run and get whatever you can to get out of bounds. But what he did was just totally unacceptable, and I feel like he learned from it. I'm sure they gave him. I don't even really feel like they give him earfuls because they know he's going to go out and make the change. EB talked about that in his press conference last week. Ron talks about it a lot. And Ron also, as you've seen, when he threw the interception, he came right to the sideline. Ron gave him a hug, whispered something in his ear, patted him on his back, and we moved on. So I do like that, treatment with him, giving him an opportunity to learn from himself. You don't got to be all in this grill about everything. And I think that he's doing exceptionally well with that. You even talk about, you feel how Ron believes in him so much. Ron, every time you can ask Ron a question, I see you traded Chase and you traded Sweat. How do you feel about your team? And Ron gonna come back and respond and say, well, we have that franchise quarterback now, and I really believe that. They asked Ron something totally different, another question. Ron reverted that question right back to Sam. So Ron is definitely believing in him. So I definitely feel like he got the support of the coaches. It's just that I personally feel like it's gonna be sad to see, at the end of the year, regardless how everything pan out, I still think Ron is not going to be here. But whomever is here moving forward, Sam has to be that guy to go out and go get somebody else, or if a whole new coaching staff come and you get rid of Sam, I think that'll be just totally dumb. But we'll see. We halfway through the season and we got more to go, so we'll see.
That's the conversation that's being had now. The new regime, whomever it is, they may not want him. They may want somebody else.
Yeah.
You got 5 picks in the top 40, 50 in a draft. You got plus 90 million in cap space.
Mm-hmm.
We can go out, we can get a middle linebacker. We can go out, we can revamp the offensive line. There are a couple offensive line that are here that are pretty good. But exactly. We can win 6 games. It just depends on what team shows up, and we got to play complementary football. If all 3 phases have to show up, the offense, the defense, and special teams.
Correct.
Everybody shows up, and it's a team effort. We're better. We've shown that over the years. That's why I made that outlandish pick that I made last week when I said we can go 7-2 over the next 9. I just didn't throw it out there just because I'm a homer. No, because I believe it, because we play better when we don't have when Chase ain't in the game, when Montez ain't in the game. With all due respect to them, like, they were great players. But sometimes you need less to be better. You know what I'm saying? So I think we definitely have what it takes to get there.
Correct.
But like you said, I don't necessarily think that Ron and the regime is going to be here. Maybe the front office is going to change, but Sam definitely has to continue his growth and development over the remaining of the season for him to truly be the franchise quarterback. He's shown me enough that I'm ready to give him the keys to the car. But at the same time, he still needs to put more good things on film. Now that play he made, like you said, like you mentioned before, I think that just was a rookie mistake. He's just trying to force it, trying to do something, trying to do more than what he needs to do. But obviously, it's a sprint right. You got to throw that out the back of the end zone. It
Absolutely.
was basically a 2-man route. I mean, you did have Pringle on the backside, but he stopped at the line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage, correct.
And there's a DN over there. So even if you try to throw back across your body right there, I think they stopped that play anyway.
Absolutely. Yeah, I feel you. And I totally agree. As you know, just to kind of dig into the stats, yesterday, Sam was 29 for 45, 325 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 3 sacks. He had an 84 QB rating. We actually ran the ball. We had 18 carries by B-Rob for 63 yards and a touchdown. He had a nice long run, 8-9 yard run for that touchdown in the first quarter. To, get us our first touchdown. Like we've been saying week to week, B-Rob anytime touchdown might finally be a lock. I mean, even Gibby got 6 carries, 34 yards. His longest run was 12 yards. And then shout out Sam on that third and 23, something like that. He broke that joint, and man, I mean,
he made them look like
that play again. They talk about how Sam rebounds from obstacles. The play prior to that, he took a sack and got them. He got sacked and got in the 3rd and long, and he takes it upon himself and run a couple of jukes, breaks about 3 tackles, and get in there for a first down. That's the grit. That's the toughness that he has. That just sets him apart, I think. That just shows you that, he's a baller, man. He's a baller. So definitely excited about that. But even on the in a receiving game, spread the ball around. You had McLaurin with 5 receptions, Dotson 4 receptions and a touchdown, Pringle 3 receptions, Gibson 5 receptions, Diami got 2, Logan got 4, Crowder got 4, B-Rob and Bates got 1 each. Like, the ball was being spread around. And when I say my man is my man's for a reason, my man, me and Reedy got a little something, Reedy keep talking his trash about and I know first drive, he dropped that cat. He should have caught that. Yeah, I don't think he would have got the first down, but he definitely should have caught it. But he came back and he's definitely had some solid catches. And of course, he caught that pretty bomb in that end zone.
You see what you see in the group chat I put? I said, "Let's go, Han."
Let's go, Han.
When he scored the touchdown.
Let's go, Han.
I mean, I guess I was a little bit too critical of him, but I expect a lot from him and Terry. You know what I'm saying? I don't expect him and Terry to drop the ball. I expect him and Terry to make plays.
Yeah.
Now, if that was anybody else, if that was a Pringle, anybody else, I wouldn't. Diami, I'd be like, all right, but your best players, you want them to come through in crunch time situations.
And they definitely said he, just to piggyback on Han real quick, just talked about how he tried to rebound from, his mishaps this season. They said he went back and watched his college tape and trying to sit in and focus, like, what was I doing then that I wasn't doing now? And it was like simply like, bro, you was catching the ball. So he simply, he worked out the practice, on the machine, getting his catches in after practice. They said he was working on his grip strength and stuff like that. So, hey, guys are putting in the work, man. You find out they got some, they not performing right. And, they make some mistakes. They're actually, having a positive mindset and doing what it takes to rebound from it. So shout out to Howell and shout out to Jahan on that. And we just got to keep this attitude moving forward and see what we can get, man. But we're definitely about to talk about these missed calls, Kevin. We haven't talked about it yet. And I'm glad you talked about that because we was going to bring it up. It's getting bad, man. It's getting bad. The holding on Logan in the end zone. It's
been bad.
This KJ Henry sack that they call it. He's saying he put all his weight on it. It was a personal foul, like roughing the passer. Like, this is horse shit. You know what I mean? It's like, what are we doing? And then the NFL is just allowing it. It just shows us that the NFL really might be rigged, bro. Like, how is this even possible? They're not even doing anything about it. None of these refs are getting fined for what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They always want to back the refs and the players can't say this and say that. Like, it was totally a sack.
Yeah, me personally, I don't know how different he could have played that. and he didn't even come down on them. Okay, they're trying to the collisions and the leading with the head and going at the head neck area. I get that, but it's football. You're making tackles, so you think that when a runner is getting hit by these 300 and something pound people, that their body weight is not coming down on them. So
Exactly.
what's the difference if this is tackle football? What difference does it make if his full body weight comes out on him? They're 300
Correct.
pounds. Most of
Exactly.
these quarterbacks are 200 and something plus pounds,
6'7",
6'3",
6'5".
6'4", 6'5". These not little kids.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? Like, I get the player safety, but it's just getting crazy. Like, I didn't know we was playing like baccarat, checkers, or chess or something. I mean,
Yeah,
this is
it's
football, bro.
pitiful. It's pitiful, bro.
It's getting out of hand. It's been out of hand, and then just the blatant holding call on Logan in the end zone. The
Yeah,
holding
like
call on Forbes, which should have been an interception.
definitely.
Would have been an interception. The dude had this. That looked like the play from last year with Curtis. His arm wrapped around him, and the ball was not even there yet.
Yeah.
But if that was a defensive back, they would have called that all day in the paint. But what's the difference? They should have called it. That's offensive pass interference.
We dealt with it the Philly game, both Philly games, the Giants game. It's just sad. It's like I don't know what we did. I mean, I thought that all the hate was gonna go when Snyder left, but clearly, I mean, but also it's looking flaky all over the league. So I'm hearing it ain't just us. But it just seems like they just don't.
It does seem like it's not to cut you off, but it does seem like it's certain teams that don't get these calls. But if it's these so-called playoff contenders and with these moneymaker teams or whatever, they get all of those calls. Correct. And it could be ticky-tacky. They'll get it. They don't even give them the benefit of the doubt. Like even and this don't have nothing to do with this game, but even the plays where they're supposed to let it play out, where it might be a fumble or something like that, and then they blow the whistle or something like that, those teams get those calls and then they can go to replay. But if it's the lesser teams, they're so quick with it. And it's these crews, like these referees you've never seen before. Like, where did this ref come from? He got 1 year experience. I ain't never seen him a day in my life. So how he got 1 year experience? I literally watch almost every game. So make it make sense. And like some of these back judges, these umpires and stuff like that, they got big experience. So why, like, you just got to be better. And then I don't know. I think in the offseason, the competition committee needs to do something with this where the expand the coach's challenge. You know what I'm saying? To be able to challenge some of that other bull crap.
Yeah, like
when it comes to these
absolutely.
kind of stuff.
Yeah, it was definitely some questionable calls last night in the Dallas Eagle game. That I mean, kind of was super sideways. Eagles coach was pissed on one of them calls. He actually did something smart where he kind of like challenged the play, which would kind of the play would have basically kind of like negated the penalty or something of that sense. Basically, they would have still got the ball back, but the penalty would have been assessed on the offense rather than on the defense and granting the Cowboys a first down. So we definitely, especially with these refs moving the way they move, Ron got to be on his shit. He need to, he need to get somebody with him that's gonna either just be in his ear or be on his hip or something to like, look, coach, this is what you need to do in this situation. Get him an analytic guy to stand right there beside him when he need a challenge, when he need to, talk to these refs or something, because it's super getting out of hand. And if you ain't hip, they gonna rape you, and clearly he ain't. So,
but that also goes back to, and I'm going to go back to the who was it? KJ? No, it was Smith Williams, who went down when we challenged the play that we got on the catch on the wide receiver for the Patriots, the one that we won.
Correct.
Now, your players and your coaches got to be smart. You got to be savvy. It's ways to work around and work the game. You know what I'm saying? To give you more time. Mm-hmm. That's one of them, but the league probably is going to get hip to that at some point and try to put a stop to that players faking injuries and stuff going down or whatever. But that's great football awareness on his part to go down with, we all know it was a fake injury, but they saying it was an injury.
Correct.
But that everybody, and you gotta, I don't know. I don't want to keep harping on what happened in the Philadelphia game because it's over with. We can't change it, but I'm glad that he learned from that mistake. Just like I text in a group chat, Ron self-correct. What they always say about what EB always says about Sam, he's self-correct. Well, it looks like Ron self-corrected this week, and I just hope he continues it in the future.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, and then on the touchdown, we about to tap into the defense. Early on that touchdown to Stevenson, David Mayo and Jamin Davis running the cross dog. Jamin Davis got caught up by the left guard. He got to be quicker than that. You know what I mean? Especially if the play is for you to get across into the other gap, you got to move quicker. You can't let no slow ass guard get you. You got to, you know what I mean, swim across his face.
Yeah.
Something. You know what I mean? Run through him. You got to do
block.
something. Yeah, he just let him just come in and just block you. And this dude just went to the house. And clearly they didn't know he was that fast.
I got one for you, though. You ready for this? You got your seatbelt on?
Go ahead.
Butler, garbage.
Facts.
Who comes up and tries to make a tackle like that, bro? You trying to, my son team, they tackle better than that. You coming up and you trying to make an arm tackle in the open field. That was terrible.
Horrible.
It's poor.
Horrible.
If you he trying to grab him, what are you grabbing him for? Take his legs out. Kendall Fuller was clearly blocked. Okay, he couldn't get off the block.
He smoked Curl.
Yeah, I mean, Curl came from the opposite end of the field, so I don't blame Curl. Curl, he showed effort trying to get downfield to make the tackle, but Butler, oh my God, trash.
Yeah.
Abysmal.
Yeah.
Bruh, come on, man. You put that on tape?
They also on the touchdown to Hunter Henry, and I said this to myself when I was watching the game. The drive before that, the Patriots threw the ball to Hunter Henry. He was being covered by Khalid. He had Khalid beat. Mac Jones overthrew him. They came right back the next drive with the same play, and they ended up scoring. Same play, same defender, same everything. He caught it over Khalid. That's the stuff we'll be talking about when I be saying about us. When you see mismatches like that, or you see situations where we can attack something and it may not work, run that shit again. Run that shit right back. Like, why do we want to change up the whole thing? We still, if you got it on 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, running out of a single back, why the next time you get a 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, you in the shotgun? You know what I mean? I don't understand why we operate what we do sometimes. And I just feel like it's not like football is football. It's X's and O's. Like, at the end of the day, the game has changed and evolved, but it's still the simple concept that it is. Line these motherfuckers up and go smack somebody. Period. We trying to get all cute. We running my man out of on the sweep left, sweep right, dive, draw, delays on 3rd and 4th and 1s. That shit is horrible. It's horrible. So I think, like I get it, he got better yesterday, but still, man, we got to get that mentality out of here. I just don't understand it. Why are we running out of the fucking shotgun?
That's goddamn shotgun RPO. Get rid of that. I'm glad to see that they was in the I formation. The APB I put out on the I formation, it has been finally lifted in week 9.
Yeah.
They ran with a fullback out of the I formation. What about old school smash mouth football? Getting a split, getting a pro set. Do something like, what are you doing?
Correct.
These okay, RPO came in a few years ago and it's kind of taken over. If you got greedy DNs that don't know how to play it. But clearly, you're running a RPO dive. We know Sam ain't keeping it. They know Sam ain't keeping it. So he's going right to the A and the B gap. So 2-3 yards, and that's it. We can't even get a tough yard when we're trying to because of that. Go smash my football, lead block.
Yeah.
You got a fullback, number 40 armor. Let him go up and then knock some heads around.
They even be putting back. I think Bates was back there when Robinson scored, or it was in something. He was lead blocking or something. So they even got Bates in the mix too.
My bad. I'm glad that you mentioned Bates. Why are we running a tight end screen to him? Of all people, him.
Yeah, that was trash.
That was trash.
That was so trash.
Slow developing. He catch it. First of all, it was a piss poor pass by Sam anyway.
Yeah,
a sidearm throw.
Yeah,
and he's slower than pond water. What are we doing? Like, is that cute? if you're gonna throw a screen, at least throw it to Logan. He a little bit quicker than him. Or give it where's Cole Turner at? Give him the rock or something.
He hurt.
He hurt.
Cole Turner hurt. Curtis Rogers hurt. Amani Rogers hurt. I think Rogers is on the practice squad.
I mean, if you're gonna throw a screen, I'd rather you put give it to Jameson or somebody.
Give it to Armor. Fuck.
Yeah, I give it to him. Yeah. I don't even know what he can run, but I would never throw Bates no screen.
Yeah,
Bates is slow on the goddamn flat route. So what makes you think he's going to be able to run a screen?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel you on that. And then
I don't want to keep getting back on the offense, but
no, it was another defensive. It was another defensive play I wanted to talk about. If it come back to my mind, I'll chime in on it. But Kevin definitely asked, how y'all think we'll do over the next 3 games? And if y'all don't know, the next 3 games, we got Seattle, we got the Giants, and then the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I mean, I think Seattle isn't a slouch. They definitely are beatable. Geno just came off a pretty bad game.
He's the Geno of old.
Yeah, I mean, I got him on my fantasy bench. He gave me less than 3 points, like 2.9 something. So, but you know what I mean, a lot of times when you're supposed to beat teams and the teams come off poor performances, they come out and light our ass up. So we definitely got to be on it. You know what I mean, Seattle got receivers. They still got Lockett. They still got Metcalf, and they got to do Jackson. What's his name? Jackson something, but the dude with the long name.
Yeah, absolutely. The 12th man, and then you got to travel out west.
Yeah, you got to go out there. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's not a slouch.
I did hear something this morning that we kind of have we're like 7-1 going to see something like it was some crazy stat that I didn't think that we would be, but it's basically saying like we have good odds in Seattle.
Okay.
So we must play well in Seattle. The only time that we lost, I think, in Seattle was a playoff game. I forget what year that was.
that was Joe Gibbs last year. That was the year Sean Taylor died. It had to be that year.
But
I remember that playoff game.
But me, I mean, obviously, I made the outlandish pick that we was gonna go 7-2, and I was counting those games. We definitely could beat Seattle. We match up with them. Now, is it gonna be a cakewalk? No, they definitely have better outside receivers. So now, can Forbes Jr. play how everybody's trying to size him like he played this past week? I mean, I think he played okay, but they're trying to make it seem like he was really balling. I mean, he did okay, but you got Metcalf. They got some guys over there that can catch the ball, that can make him look like a little boy again. So if they come to play, like I said, it was a collective effort. We definitely could beat them. Should have beat the Giants the first time. So I'm not even going to talk about that.
Yeah,
and then Cowboys are the Cowboys. We're going to play them tough. We always play them tough. So it just depends on what team shows up that week. I think we can go 3. I think we can win. We would win the next 4. The one we just won against New England, the Giants, Seattle, and the Cowboys. I feel strongly that we can do it if we get some momentum, if we continue to play, if Sam continues to grow, if the defense just keeps everything in front of them, don't give up the explosive plays, because that's really what kills us is explosives. And I know you're gonna say I sound like Ron and da, but that's what kills you. Them deep shots.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's definitely true. And I also was laughing at what Kevin said. You play Dallas, you got to play the refs, because we definitely going to Dallas in Jerry World. And we already know Jerry got them in his pocket. They always get the calls out there.
The only thing I keep thinking about with Dallas on things, I get to thinking back to RG3 and them when they went up there and they routed them boys on.
Santana Moss had the game of his life.
Yeah. What's the dude name? Ardrick. He scored the bomb.
Yeah,
he scored the bomb. From RG.
Pierre Garçon scored. Moss. Even Niles Paul got in the end zone that game. I remember that. I was size. So yeah, man. I mean, we definitely match up with all them well. Definitely the first 2, but Dallas is going to be the true test, I believe. You know what I mean? Because again, if you look last night, they kept up with the Eagles. I mean, so did we though. So it's not like I'm too worried. When you in the division games, it just comes with a little bit more emotion, a little bit more fight. So I'm not really too worried about that. I just want, to make sure that we play smart and be focused throughout these games because we have to. We got to. And then, Miami is one of the games really considered us to lose. Out of the 9, it was Miami and the 49ers that he predicted us to lose. So then, out of with those 7, it was the Patriots, Giants, Seahawks, Cowboys twice. And then it was who else in there? Who else we got in there? We got somebody else in there. Yeah, we got the Rams in there. The Rams are beatable. So
all
we'll
of them
see.
are
We got
beatable.
the bye week ain't until December 10th.
All of them are beatable, just depending on what team shows up. If we show up with a good game plan, playing disciplined football, we'll be fine. And I was looking at the standings this morning, and
Jets. We do got the Jets. Yeah.
Oh, the Jets. I forgot about.
We got the Jets. Yep. Well, I mean, it ain't Aaron Rodgers.
I was looking at the standings this morning in the playoff, brackets or whatever right now. What would it be if we would have just beat the Bears and we would have just beat the Giants?
Yeah.
What would that be?
It's a whole different argument. Even if
we still lose to the Eagles, even though we should have won the first game, we would be in the 5th seed right now. Yeah. We wouldn't be talking about none of this.
That's the way it is.
Well, that come back to haunt us. That's
when it solves everything. When it solves everything.
Yeah, but look at the Baltimore Ravens. They wasn't looking too great. They've won 4 straight now. They're 7-2.
Mm-hmm.
Sneaky.
And they routing who they need to route. I love what Baltimore doing right now, and they getting back to that running. Somehow they wanted to, be such a pass team. See, they getting back to them true selves, running that ball. So yeah, but I mean, keys to the game.
No, before that, I want to.
Okay, go ahead.
To you, how did you feel about Jack this week?
This week with Jack, I felt like Jack had a little bit more, like he kind of had a little, like he just felt like a little weight was off his shoulders a little bit. Like he just felt like he had his shades on. He just felt like he was the shit a little bit. Like he had a little bit more swag or something. But on as far as the calling, I saw blitzing. I saw us pretty much, containing guys for the most part. Other than that, the long run and then the other touchdown. But other than that, he seemed like he did a pretty good job. I was definitely still wondering like what made him throw Forbes back in the mix. I don't know if there was an injury to somebody or he just made that decision, but it seemed like it was a great decision because Forbes came out and played pretty well. And he's just trying to build the confidence for the guys. But I definitely feel like getting Chase and Sweat out of here is kind of like a weight off their shoulder somehow, somewhere. I don't know the true what really was going on with that. They had rumors about, guys wasn't doing their job, wasn't staying in their lanes. They was freelancing.
Oh, we saw that on tape.
Yeah, so we even saw it in the game for real. We was wondering like, why is Chase rushing all the way upfield? Even Sweat used to do it last year. Like, why these ends just going all the way upfield? There's no way the defense is designed for them to run like that. All the quarterbacks, this mobile quarterbacks, just step right up the lanes that the ends are creating and just step up and just throw the ball and give them extra time. And I was like, it can't be designed that way. So, I mean, I'm not letting off of Jack. I definitely want to see him, be more consistent. But I feel like for the most part, his defense came to play, and that's all that matters. And shout out Quan Martin. He got the interception at the end of the game. It was good to see, these rookie guys do their thing. Rodriguez had a vicious tackle on special teams. The rookies just was in the mix this game for real. And I mean, they robbed KJ Henry out of that sack, man. That was a sack. So I'm eager to see what young boy gonna do too, and hopefully Andre Jones get in the mix.
One thing this game showed me at Jack was he realizes he can't. You're not getting pressure with your front four. They were kind of like even rushing 5 at some point, still not getting pressure, and we were bringing 6 with a blitz, and we still wasn't getting that. So I have a little bit of like, damn, like, did we really do the right thing when it came to chasing Montez? In hindsight, I think we did, but really, like on the pressure front, like we weren't getting pressure with him, but we damn sure ain't getting no pressure now. Even on the blitz, because I'm looking in the game, I'm like, bro, they're blitzing. They're bringing DBs. Kwame came a couple of times and didn't affect nothing.
Yeah.
When the hurry wasn't a nothing.
Mhm.
And key situations, third down situations, and Mac Jones was sitting back there. Get that out of there.
Yeah.
So I'm a little worried about that. Like I do feel like what I've been saying the whole year about Jack need to bring more pressure and stuff like that. He's bringing more pressure, but
Not getting there.
it's not getting there. But that's all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, and we'll definitely be back and let them know next week. But definitely tap in with us. If you want to promote your business, you can promote with Riddy and Z. Just hit us up on Instagram. We actually have a link in our bio where you can promote. We do right now we have sponsors, KB3 events, Saray's Catering, and Great Clothing Line. So if you definitely want to be mentioned on the pod, featured on the page or whatnot, holler at us and let us know. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And yeah, tap in, man. Let us know.
To the game. We didn't do keys to the game. We can't forget that.
Yeah, we can't.
My keys to the game against the Seattle. Run the football. So it might be a little bit blistery, a little chilly up there. We need to run the football. B-Rob, all of that stuff I said last year about B-Rob. He was injured last year. So I see a burst out of him that I ain't seen. He's able to get to that next level and he's outrunning people that can run. We have to run the ball between him and Gibson and Rodriguez. We did better this game. I think it was like 20-something carries. How many rush? How rushing? It was 29,
I was looking at it.
29 attempts for 124.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about 30 carries committee wise. We try to get that up to at least 35 because we threw the ball 45 times. So we just got to be a little bit more balanced. Stay on the field, be a little bit better in short yardage. Sam, I feel like Sam needs to. Some of them throws was a little questionable. Like he trying to fit it in there. Like I feel like in certain games, some of them could have been picks. So I think you just need to be a little bit more cleaner with that. But that's my key to the game is just running the football. We got to run the football and kind of like try to keep them off the field as much as possible.
Yeah. Before I get my keys, Kevin asked who should be returning punts. I think Crowder is Crowder or Gibby. And I think Crowder is doing fine. I think Gibby had his best return yesterday on the kickoff return. So I think that punch has been fine. It's much better than the Dax Mills of the worlds that we've had before. I think we threw Diami back there a couple of times last year, maybe once or twice, and we ain't really get much out of it. So I like what we get out of Crowder, and I love that he's getting in on offense and getting in the mix because dude still got some, he got some football left in him. So I'm happy to see that. In reference to my keys to the game, I definitely continue to say, like you said, run the ball. If you feed B-Rob, you get Gibby in the mix. I feel like that definitely will help complement the pass and the play action. Continue to get Terry involved. We were able to get him involved more in the second half this last game, and he still, he showed up. But moving the ball around and keep getting other guys involved. Pringle had a pretty solid game yesterday. Who else? Logan had a few catches. Just spread the ball around and continue to have fun on offense. EB just need not to get ahead of himself. You got to make sure you have balanced play. On the defensive side, like you said, we got to get some pressure, and these DBs gonna have to step it up because, DK Metcalf is a freak athlete. The dude name is Jackson Smith. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he needs to Njigba. He needs to make sure that we need to contain him too, because he's another tall guy. And Lockett is the speedster. So they got the receivers to have an air attack, and we got to make our DBs got to make sure that they do their job and do it right, or we're gonna have a long day. And we'll see. That's it, really. Yeah. Over and out. Reedy and Z. Peace out. Like, share, subscribe. Tap in with us at Reedy and Z on all platforms. Until next time.